You were just listening to Nakobe Dean at the podium just behind us in Section 3. It's the linebackers version. We got Chad Muma from Wyoming, a Poke, joining us here on CBS Sports HQ. You're about to join Nakobe out there, but you're talking to us first. How do you describe getting to Indy and what's been like for you?
It's been awesome. You know, this is something that I was always dreaming about as a little kid, just coming out to Indianapolis and being a part of this whole combine and really showcasing my skills.
It's funny because Chad Muma, the football player, is a lot meaner than Chad Muma. Like, you're incredibly happy and easy-go-lucky, and then on the football field, you get after it. And Wyoming has a history of putting guys in the NFL. And yesterday, maybe a few days ago, we talked to Trey McBride, the tight end out of Colorado State, and he said he loved going up against you. And I feel like you guys are the same guys on the opposite side of the ball. What is it that people that don't watch a lot of Wyoming, what are they getting in Chad Muma? Like, what do you bring to the table?
Yeah, I think that you'll see that I'm one of those leaders on the team, and I'm flying around everywhere I go, working my hardest to, try and get that ball, trying to go make plays, and communicating, diagnosing plays quickly, just all of that.
Not that we haven't seen guys from smaller schools necessarily make it here to Indianapolis. Obviously, even at Wyoming, we've seen recent examples of that with a guy like Josh Allen. But talk to us a little bit about your journey, just from high school to college, calls now to the NFL. There's always a setback or adversity at some point in time. Tell us your story.
Yeah, so the only time I really have faced adversity was, when I was 13 years old. I was actually diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. And so at the time, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to go out and go do all these things, go play college football. And, I learned quickly that's not the case at all. I just had to really be on top of it and manage it. But, going through my whole college experience, I always had guys, mentors like Logan Wilson. He was a huge help to me, and just really thankful for all those guys and the coaches there to kind of prepare me for this.
Yeah. Well, you've done a great job, and what I love about you sort of touched on it. You're sort of a mix of old school linebacker and new age sideline to sideline guy who can get after it, because you can play in the slot. They need you to play in the slot. Obviously, you can play the off ball. What have NFL teams been talking to you about in terms of where they may want to see you and maybe things that you need to work on, because your game is pretty complete as we sit here?
Yeah, I think a lot of NFL teams kind of see me as that green dot type of player where I can go out in the field, make all the calls, and if I have to cover a tight end, cover a running back out of the field, I can go do that. And so I think that's the main thing right now, and I think, just areas of improvement. Obviously going to the next level, there's going to be talent everywhere that you see.
Right.
So it's just kind of getting used to the system and just making sure I can make all the calls, make all the plays.
You mentioned Logan Wilson. I look at the size and comp, a guy like Leighton Vander Esch. There's those examples of linebackers. Who do you model your game after?
Yeah, no, I think those are two great examples. I love watching, Logan and seeing the success he had this past year.
Terrible call in the Super Bowl. Can we agree on that?
It was a little tic-tacky. It was a little tic-tacky. But, he had a great year, and so I've always enjoyed watching his games and watching him throughout the last 2 years that he's been playing. And then also guys like Luke Kuechly. Always like pulling up film on him as I was younger and watching him play.
Yeah.
It's funny, he brought up Dre. He said, I asked him what was the toughest Mountain West road game, and he said Laramie. He said it where you guys play. What about for you? Where did you not like to travel when you guys were on roadies out there?
Yeah, I think, Laramie has a great atmosphere just because we always bring our crowd and everything of that nature. And, you could say Colorado State as well, because it's that border war is what we call it, and we're playing for a boot, and there's always fans that come out to the games from both sides, and it always seems like we have a little bit more fans that travel down there that they have coming, but that's also a pretty cool stadium to play at.
Yeah, and Trey's thing was you're a Colorado guy, and you somehow got away. He wasn't happy about that,
that
for
is
sure.
True.
But I want to ask you, and I like to ask guys who weren't playing in the SEC or the ACC or the Pac-12, Big Ten, what was it like going to the Senior Bowl? Because you look like you belong from the moment you got there. We talked to Trevor Penning yesterday, and you probably remember him body slamming guys left and right. He was trying to send a message, like, I'm just as good, if not better, than you guys. Did you have that mindset going in? Because the way you played that week was really impressive, and I think it convinced a lot of people that you not only deserve to be there, but you deserve to be a high draft pick.
No, definitely. I think, going to the Senior Bowl, it's a great time to showcase your skills against the best college players in the nation. And so being there from a smaller school is just going to prove yourself that you do actually belong and that you're one of the top players there.
Chad, certainly appreciate it. We're out of time. We're going to let you go. Appreciate you stopping by CBS Sports HQ.
Thank you so much.
All right, our coverage continues here from downtown Indianapolis. Again, we saw the first batch of guys make it out to Lucas Oil Stadium. Here's the rest of the schedule.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.